Hi there, my friends at Silver Valley. We are back with Mrs. Wright and another story time. This time it is the book, The Rainbow Tiger. It's a very pretty book. Hopefully you guys will enjoy it. Deep in the forests of India, there lived a beautiful tiger. Her coat was as orange as an autumn pumpkin, with sleek black stripes. When she hid in the tall grass or watched from the shadows, the other animals could not see her. Because of this, she was an excellent hunter, and that made her very happy. Silently on velvet feet, the tiger made her way through the forest each day. Listening carefully to the sounds around her, she slipped in and out of the shadows, watching for other animals. One day the tiger stopped at the edge of a clearing to watch a peacock. His shimmering feathers danced with rainbow colors as he moved about in the sunlight. The tiger began to imagine what it would be like to wear such wonderful colors. If I had a coat of rainbow colors, she thought to herself, I'd be the most beautiful tiger ever. Lost in her thoughts, the tiger did not see the peacock leave the clearing. Finally, the sounds of the forest brought her back to her senses. Realizing she was alone, the tiger left the clearing and returned home. The long walk in the heat of the afternoon made her sleepy. A nap sounded good. After stretching from the tip of her nose to the very last stripe on her tail, she rested her head and drifted off into dreams of rainbow colors. It seemed as though she had barely closed her eyes when something woke her up. Her stomach was growling loudly. I must have slept a long time to be so hungry, she thought. I'd better go find something to eat. Before long, she came upon a deer nibbling on some grass in the distance. The tiger lowered herself into the grass and moved forward carefully. Suddenly, the deer looked up. In a flash, she was gone. That deer acted like she saw me, said the tiger. But that's impossible. I can't be seen when I hide in the grass. Something else must have frightened her away. After searching for some time, she heard a familiar noise. Stepping back into the shadows, she waited as a wild boar came out of the brush. He worked his way back and forth with his nose to the ground, searching for something to eat. Slowly, the tiger moved through the shadows. The boar raised his head with a sudden jerk and looked right at her. Quickly, he spun around with his tail up like a flag and ran off squealing loudly. How can this be happening to me? The tiger asked. I haven't had this much trouble since I was a cub. Maybe I'll have better luck down by the river. All this walking has made me very thirsty. As she stepped into the river, her reflection broke into rings of rainbow colors. Startled by the image in the water, she saw that her coat was no longer orange as an autumn pumpkin. Instead, she wore the colors of the rainbow, just as she had wished. My wish came true, she purred with delight. I'm even more beautiful than I imagined. But as she stood there admiring her reflection, she remembered the deer and the boar. So that's what happened, she said to herself. They could see me when I was hiding. Well, I'll show them. I'll be even faster and smarter than before. And so the tiger leapt back up onto the riverbank and into the forest with renewed determination. Slowing her pace to a walk, she could hear the monkeys in the trees above her. They were chattering about something, but she was too hungry to notice. Just then, A light wind blew toward her, carrying the scent of animals nearby. Lowering herself to the ground, she prepared to spring on anything she could find. Suddenly, the forest broke out into laughter. The monkeys had spread the news about a rainbow tiger down at the river. One by one, the animals stepped forward to see her. The peacock laughed the loudest. A tiger with rainbow colors! How ridiculous! Now that we can see her coming, we don't have to be afraid anymore, the deer snickered with delight. Embarrassed and sad, the tiger turned away, leaving the laughter behind her. Being rainbow-colored isn't so wonderful after all, she said. I wish I were orange and black again. Slowly, she made her way back home. It had been a very long day, and she was exhausted. What am I going to do? She asked herself as she rested in the shade. But before she could think any more about it, she fell into a deep sleep. Not even the growling of her stomach could wake her. When she opened her eyes again, it was morning. Little by little, the memories returned, filling her with sadness and regret. Maybe a bath in the cool river will help, she thought. Then I'll decide what to do. As she walked back to the river, the forest was quiet. The animals probably saw me coming and ran away, she said, feeling sorry for herself. Stepping down into the water, she looked at her reflection once again. Her eyes widened in disbelief. This time, a beautiful orange tiger with sleek black stripes looked back at her. Where did the rainbow colors go? Have I been dreaming? Well, to this day, she's still not sure if it was real or just a dream, but she will tell you this. Never wish to be different than you are, because you'll never be happier than just being yourself. The end. That's our story for this time. Hope you guys like that one. We will be back with another story time soon, so till then, keep reading, Silva Valley.